The epidemic of left-wing violence and Antifa-inspired terror has been escalating for nearly a decade. At universities, Antifa has organized riotous mobs to attack campus speakers. I see it all the time. And these are agitators, anarchists, and they're paid. And you'll find that out. You'll be finding it out very soon. You should see what we have on these people. These are bad people. These are people that want to destroy our country. We're not going to let it happen. They've used armed gangs to assault local police in cities nationwide, and they've attacked journalists reporting on their crimes. So the journalists that report on their crimes, don't worry, you're very safe. I hope that's not going to turn you around, but they have been very threatening to people, but we're going to be very threatening to them, far more threatening to them than they ever were with us, and that includes the people that fund them.
When I leave my house to go to work, I am violently assaulted. I've had guns pulled on me. I've been bear sprayed. I've been beaten down. I've been almost killed. So my question for all of you is, how would you feel if every time you showed up to work, masked militants tried to kill you? Because that's how we feel. That's our lived reality. And you guys go and tell us that we're liars, the riots aren't that bad, right? I've never seen any of you guys on the ground. In fact, I've never seen anybody representing the companies you work for on the ground. You guys come to us for interviews that never get published. Stop saying we're lying. We're not. We risk our lives every day to do the job that you guys are too afraid to do.
Ooh, this is going to be a very good video. So as you saw from the intro, Trump has a roundtable trying to find out the source of Antifa and who's funding them. He named the Open Society, right? White House released names funding Antifa protest violence in America. We paid for our own protesters over $100 million laundered by Democrats. We found a network of NGOs, George Soros, Open Society, Umbrella Funding, the Tide Fishing Network. Look at all these. You got one from Sweden. What? Additional foreign cash is also big left-wing funders. Some of them were not citizens of this country. Mr. Hans Jorgon, sorry, I'm not going to butcher that. They're pouring money into this entire ecosystem. While we have identified dozens of radical organizations, not just the decentralized Antifa organizations, but dozens of radical organizations that have received more than $100 million from the Riot Inc. investors. I think the most shocking thing is that we found out that more than $100 million in U.S. tax-funded funding has flowed into funding these networks, NGOs, right? And people talk about the deep state. This is when, when conservatives, when we get called conspiracy theorists for the deep state, this is what we're talking about, how somehow government money is funded into these NGOs that push a certain agenda for a certain political party, which we won't name names here, Democrats. Yeah, but when you got these NGOs who all of them agree with the leftist, globalist criteria, ideology, and they want to push it onto the American people, we need equitable justice, equitable education. You can't equalize outcomes. That's an impossibility. But that's what justifies control. Socialism, right? Communism, if I can even speak those words. Because you got Mondamio about to look like got a great chance to win New York. And this is the ways that they do it. This is why they get so mad about the fact that they no longer can control or filter the information that the American people are exposed to. This is why they focus so hard on the climate anxiety. They spread all this stuff. This is all a social contagion, right? And as much as I want to focus on the funding from these NGOs, we already know Antifa is funded by a lot of these NGOs directly, indirectly, right? Because they only serve one function, right? Cause disruption, intimidation, terror. Trump wants to even is going to designate them as foreign terrorists, not domestic terrorists, foreign terrorists, because of all the foreign money that's funneling into this group. And it's so funny to me that a lot of people, I already hear it in the back of my head, that a lot of people will try to frame this as, oh, Trump is going after his political opponents, right? And I want to play this clip here because I want to switch segments here because this accusations from the left, right? And this was the funny part about the left, that it's justified when they do it, right? Oh, we're just upholding justice. No one's above the law. But when Trump is actually trying to imply the law and hold people accountable, try to make America safe, Democrats and the left they go all out of their ways to deflect, obfuscate, find a way to downplay. I just showed you a video with Stephen Miller arguing with a clueless CNN host who's trying to downplay the violence and attacks and agitation of Antifa. And this is what the left do. They play these little double standard games, and a lot of people are tired. And I have an interview that I want to react in full on this video with Eric Trump versus Chris Cuomo. And I'll give you a little sneak peek in this segment before we react to the full thing. Here, let's take a look.
Do you think that it is fair to say it looks like the administration is going after its political opponents now and doing exactly what you say you oppose?
What, Comey? Because I mean, it seemed very clear to me in the congressional testimony. I don't know, just watching it, I certainly seemed like he lied to me. I mean, I'm also wondering what an FBI director is doing, taking memos from the FBI and leaking them to the New York Times. I mean, Chris, I'm a guy that hopes that the FBI director would be keeping planes from flying into buildings, keeping our country safe, keeping the Western way of life safe. Instead, this guy is, communicating every single day with the New York Times. I mean, I'd hope a lot better, but I find it so ironic that you're literally one that's pushing back on the weaponization of government when the very same people that were coming after us, went after your brother, like hounds. I mean, they did everything they could to destroy his governorship. They did everything they could to destroy his life. They did everything they could to destroy you. I sat in that same seat. The only difference is my last name wasn't Cuomo. My last name was Trump. They were trying to destroy my father. And by doing that, they were trying to destroy me, and they were trying to destroy the Trump organization. They were trying to take all our assets and strip our name off of every building in New York City. You've been on the receiving end of the very same people that I've been on the receiving end of. And so to play coy with me as if this isn't happening in the United States of America just seems ironic and foolish given what you've been through more so than anybody.
Hold on a second.
And this is one of the things that catches Democrats off guard. And actually not off guard, but I think this is one of the reasons why their narratives are not as effective as they used to be. Because end of the day, Democrats are the one who started the precedent. Like, Democrats are the one who break precedent. And then they want to get mad at Republicans when Republicans say, okay, we'll play the same game. Okay, we'll react the same way you did. Okay, you want to put your political enemies in jail? Okay, we're going to prosecute Letitia James. She actually committed fraud. We're going to prosecute and fire this Federal Reserve governor because she committed the same crime that Letitia James did, because you took Donald Trump to court over that stuff, right? And it's the same thing. It's the same argument I made claims to when Bill Clinton was having, after Trump won. Bill Clinton was like, let's just stop weaponizing the DOJ. Oh, how cute. So after your party weaponizes the DOJ and you lost power, now you want Republicans to be the bigger person. And the whole point is, this is all on the left. The left started it, the Democratic Party started it, and now the chickens have come home to roost. And I don't like it. Oh, if Democrats get into power, you started the precedent. You can't get mad. No one's above the law. Okay, James Comey, come get this work. And then you want to cry foul, right? And then Eric Trump called out Chris Cuomo saying, I don't know why you're trying to play coy. I don't know how you're trying to both sides this. And I like the aggression from the conservative movement right now, because we're not taking it. You got to make the argument. Don't try to play neutral. Try to play like, oh, you're above brow. You got no personal interest in this. Nah, we're not taking that. It's someone's fault. And conservatives are saying it's Democrats' fault. Democrats started the weaponization of the DOJ. Look at the outcomes. They try to put a former president in jail. They try to keep a former president from running for re-election. You did 2 failed impeachments. You created a whole false propaganda about Trump being a Russia agent for 2 years of his presidency to try to delegitimize him. And you get mad that you just getting a little taste of the accountability, a little taste of the BS that you was doing under the Republic. Like, make it make sense. You want to complain about gerrymandering, and then some of the most guilty states are blue states, like Illinois, Massachusetts. Oh, we have no choice but reinforce our efforts and redraw the map in retaliation. 100% of people coming out of Boston, out of Mississippi, Massachusetts, are Democrat. You can't gerrymander that state anymore. California trying to retaliate what's going on in Texas. Gavin Newsom want to be president so bad, but it's not helping their case, because all you have to do is explain to the American people the timeline, and Democrats look bad every single time. But I digress. Let's get into this back and forth between Eric Trump and Chris Cuomo on this idea that Trump is weaponizing the DOJ. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about Trump and this statement that Trump is weaponizing the DOJ. Do you believe it? Don't believe it? I'll let you hear your thoughts in the comment section as we go through the video. Let's take a look.
I mean, they did everything they could to destroy his governorship. They did everything they could to destroy his life. They did everything they could to destroy you. I sat in that same seat. The only difference is my last name wasn't Cuomo. My last name was Trump. They were trying to destroy my father. And by doing that, they were trying to destroy me, and they were trying to destroy the Trump organization. They were trying to take all our assets and strip our name off of every building in New York City. You've been on the receiving end of the very same people that I've been on the receiving end of. And so to play coy with me as if this isn't happening in the United States of America just seems ironic and foolish given what you've been through more so than anybody.
Hold on a second. What did you just say that you think I'm doing? I'm asking you questions about whether or not, if something is wrong, it is also wrong to do the same thing when you get back in power, which certainly happened the first time the administration came in. You went right after Biden, and I don't mean you weren't part of the administration. I'll get to you in a second in terms of what's going on right now. But if you think I'm playing coy, you don't know me as well as you should.
Chris,
I'm not playing coy. I know what happened to me,
Chris,
Eric.
I'm
saying that
and it was
what is
horrible
happening now looks like what was done to you. That's why I'm asking the question.
Did we raid Biden's home? You know, did we try and bankrupt Biden? Did they come after us? Did we weaponize every AG and DA, you know, against Biden? Do we do that against Hunter Biden?
See, and that's where the Democrats start falling. That's where they start folding. Because he's not doing the same thing as Joe Biden. He's not retaliating against his political rivals, right? All Trump is doing is say, hey, I believe I'm allowed to do this. Democrats try to resist and oppose his agenda. Trump goes out the legal route. I'm trying to deport people. Gavin Newsom is actively going out of his way to obstruct and oppose me and my agenda. I'm going to every legal channel to do what I need to do to undermine him, undermine his power so I can get my agenda through. Chicago's resisting me, trying to make their city a ice-free zone. Trump is just trying to carry out his policies, and Democrats are trying to oppose him. So when Trump says, yeah, Pritzker and Brandon Johnson, they're committing insurrection, and I might have to use the Insurrection Act to put them behind bars, you can't be like, oh my God, Trump is weaponizing the government. No, Trump is not weaponizing them. These people are actively opposing him trying to carry out his agenda. So it's not the same thing. Trump is not trying to go after Gavin Newsom and his family. Trump is not doing that. Trump is just trying to do his agenda, and Democrats are playing opposition for no apparent reason. And this is what I'm talking about. We cannot reward Democrats with any more power. Please, 2026, they need to lose seats, not gain seats, because the Democrats have not reflected on anything. They've been out of power for almost a year. They have not learned nothing. 11 months since Trump won the presidency, came into power. All their narratives crumbling month by month by month. And look at the results. Do you think they come to reality? No. They're still in their fairy tales. They're still in their delusion. Democrats and liberals suffer more from imagination than they suffer from reality. The reality is what they're doing is not, like, American people don't see them as trustworthy at all. And they want to play these games. Craziness.
Who had a laptop from hell, pictures of cocaine, illicit drug use, prostitution. You know, did we do that? Did we make up a dirty dossier about Biden? Did they try and destroy Biden's marriage? You know, was any of that true? I mean, did we make up stories that Biden had secret servers in the basement of his home communicating with the Kremlin in Russia? You know, did we strip Biden off the ballot of multiple states? Did we take Biden off of Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and try and silence his voice so he couldn't communicate? Did we put Biden in a courtroom every single day? 91 felony counts that have all been overturned for my father now, right? For nonsense, to try and keep him off of a campaign trail and to try and destroy his life. You know, did we do any of that?
Oh my God, yo. Hey, Eric. Yo, spitting. Craziness. Oh, but, you know, liberals will say that Trump deserved it. Why? Because of your feelings. And this is why Democrats have to cast narratives. This is why Democrats have to demonize conservatives. Because they can't admit that, yeah, conservatives might have a point. Conservatives are just people who differ from us. No, they have to paint you as evil. And then it's justified for you bending the rules, stretching the rules, breaking the rules, because they only care about the result. They only care about the outcome, putting Trump in jail. If Trump went to jail for false pretenses, those people will say, well, I'm happy he went to jail. They won't care that Trump suffered injustice. And this is the Democratic Party for you, right? Democratic AG came out, had some leaked text messages talking about how he wished someone on his opposing, on the opposition gets shot, his children getting killed. And the Democrats are fully behind him, proving polls true about how majority of Americans believe that majority of Democrats, believe that political violence is justified, especially if it's happening to Donald Trump. But Democrats, they're not responsible for their rhetoric, but Trump's responsible for his rhetoric. Oh, Trump, the reason why people are targeting Trump for political assassination is because of his rhetoric. No, not because of your rhetoric, egging him on and demonizing him as the worst thing since Hitler. No. It's not. It couldn't be you, Democrats. I think Americans are tired of the double standard. And I think until we give a reckoning that Democrats actually care about, power, losing House seats, diminishing representation, I think Democrats won't learn until Republicans have 60 votes in the Senate and they could just stonewall the Democrats. Hey, let's not even talk to the Democrats. Let's just push our agenda, right? Let's just sideline the Democratic Party. They'll learn their lesson, right? And if they still don't learn their lesson, they put out Gavin Newsom out there. America, we got to make sure Gavin Newsom loses even worse than Kamala Harris. Because that's the wake-up call that was going to make the Democrats actually change. If you're a Democratic voter, a common sense Democratic voter, a blue dog Democrat voter, right? And you hate the way the Democratic Party has turned out in 2025, that's the only way they're going to learn. I'm not saying vote for the Republicans. You can sit it out. Democrat, blue dog Democrats, former Democrats who still don't like Trump or who still don't like the GOP politics. You can sit it out. Because that's the only way your party learns. Your party don't take feedback when you try to criticize them. They don't look at polls. They think you don't know what you're talking about. They think you're ignorant. They think they know what's best for you. So you got to keep punishing them until they get the message. It's time to put the Democratic Party in timeout. And all this narrative, oh my God, Trump's weaponizing the DOJ. You started it first. You can't throw the first punch and get mad at the retaliation. It's only fair. Right? But I digress. From no one's above the law to, we didn't mean it. We didn't mean it. Come on. Democrats act like they're noblemen in a monarchy. That's how Democrats come across to me, especially Gavin Newsom. Untouchable. He can bend the rules, right? Everyone's in COVID. Everyone's locked down. You go outside during lockdown time, you go to jail. Gavin Newsom goes out on a fancy restaurant with no mask on. It was just a PR. Oh, bad luck. Oh, I'm sorry. That's all. No accountability. These people, this is the elitism of the Democratic Party that turned off many of the working class away from them. Don't believe me? I got polls. I got stats. I got receipts. Majority of people who make less than $100,000 a year, majority of them voted for Trump. But Democrats still sitting here pretending that they're a part of the working class. I digress. You ain't talking to the working class. The working class don't believe in the trans nonsense. But, I digress. Let me know your thoughts and perspectives in the comments below. I'll be interested to hear what you guys have to say. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate this video. So it's on Klein. It really does help me on the algorithm. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.